I love your energy, by the way.
Thank you.
Again, the authenticity part of what I talked about, you can't fake that. Like, it just shines through in the way that you talk and the way that you move, because again, you've gone through this yourself. And I think it's impossible to talk about these things if you haven't gone through them yourself, right? But what you said there is very important. About, you essentially gave us the definition for what burnout is, and I've never heard it described in that way. And I just want to read back the way that I heard it. And again, correct me if there's anything you would add or change. But burnout can be seen and felt as the gap between where you are now and what you're doing now compared to who you really are, your values, and the priorities that you have for yourself in your life. Would you say that that's a pretty accurate description?
Yes, I believe that yes. And an example, for example, I will use medicine, right? Because that's what I know best. You have a physician that decided to go to medical school because he wanted to save lives. And he didn't care too much about billing and, and budgets and etc. He wanted to be kind and helpful with others. And suddenly he discovers that now he has to see patients 15 minutes only, because that means that he will be able to bill for more patients. And these things cannot be done because the insurance prohibits you to do it, and that bill is not available for the patient because, again, the insurance, and patients need to wait for you like 3 months to see you, and therefore you cannot help, and you don't create relationship with patients because in 15 minutes you cannot do so. So are you really the person that you wanted to be? Are you practicing the career and the medicine that you wanted to? Are you connected with your core values?
No.
I believe no. And that is really painful. And I am sure that this happens in any other area, right? And sometimes if you add to that disconnection, you add abuse, harassment, retaliation, inappropriate payment, inappropriate opportunities, discrimination, just it's adding and adding and adding. It's like, when do you explode? It's not if you, it's when it will happen. And if we don't have the skills, and sadly, and you mentioned you didn't know about burnout, I didn't know about that either, but I didn't know about emotional intelligence either. And I didn't know about post-traumatic growth either, right? So if we don't have the knowledge, we don't have the power. And we need to start sharing this knowledge, and we need to start sharing these different techniques. And I do this in plural because I don't think that everything will be a good fit for everybody. If you send me to the gym, and I am embarrassed to say that, but it's true. If you send me to the gym every day because that will be healthy for me and my mood and etc., probably I will fail on that one. I am not a gym person. You ask me to do meditation, I will do meditation, right? So with some difficulty, but I will do. So we need to find different strategies for people for them to adapt them into their life, in their real life, and that are sustainable, that are feasible, that are not necessarily a damage for their economy, right? And that will allow them to find a way to protect themselves from burnout and from any other type of situation that may hurt them. I want to clarify something, and I believe this is very important. I am not a naive person thinking that everything will be fixed with yoga, meditation, exercise, a good diet, and love and peace, right? I know that's not the solution for burnout. That is kind of a partial band-aid that we need to use while we are able to fix the real problem. And the real problem is that we have a sick society. We have a toxic culture, especially at work, right? And that the systems, before I will say the system, talking about the medical system, now I will talk in plural again. The systems are broken, right? Leaders are no more than bosses, sadly, right? And if we don't fix that, the cultural aspect and the systemic toxicity that we find, we will not be able to fix burnout.
Yeah.
All these individual approaches that I suggest others to do and that I try to follow myself are just ways to maintain ourselves alive and as healthy as possible till other things happen. Because truly, the system is too sick for yoga to do the magic by itself.
Yes.